Test, test. Test, test, testing 1, 2, 3.
Unless you want it.
Test, test.
Learn. You have 3 days to pick up all.
Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2.
So we're not waiting.
Alrighty, guys, as we get ready to get started here on the preview, we're going to start with Hammond Bloom, work down that row. We're going to make the turn at Typin and snake back down here to MRC, JDL down to Golden State, and then RDQ, and we'll finish with Helberg as we make the loop here. We'll be talking to animals. All consigners, if you guys have any litter notes or anything you guys want to share about the stories of the pedigrees, we'd like you to come up here and you have the opportunity to kind of tell the story of the pedigrees and the particular animals. And Brad Mendez will be discussing them and kind of describing to our viewership that's online and here present in person.
Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. First consigner up, we'll have Hammond Bloom to get us started this evening. They have 3 lots. So first time consigner coming in the ring here, Hammond Bloom. They've got 3 entries. They're going to be lot 24. That's a crossbred gilt. Her ear notch is 1-4. Pedigree reads Money Move Hat Trick. Next one's going to be lot 41, tag 2-4. That's a crossbred gilt as well. Heavy hitter train station reads her pedigree. And the final one for Hammond Bloom is lot 57. Tag 257, ear notch is 1-1. It's a crossbred Barrow. That's the belted Barrow in here. He's a Money Moves hat trick as well. Do you guys got any litter notes or anything you guys like to share? Nope. Brad will go ahead and describe what he sees here.
All right, well, our first consigner here, I heard Jared talk, our first-time consigner, and I think they bring a really nice trio. I think as a set, I think if you look in, real shapely, easy-feeding kind of hogs that got the skeletal width and mass and power that you can kind of feed to whatever endpoint. The little spotted up thing over there, probably a little later into the summer than maybe the belted chromed up ones there. That one's a real shapely, neat looking kind of spotted up gilt, good bodied and tons of shape and look. The two belted ones over there, the Barrow, really neat ahead of his blade. I think he's good on his feet and legs, good feeding kind of a look to him. And then the gilt over there, I believe, is the lot 24, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's a big-chested kind of a gilt that's got mass and power, one that's a little bigger and I think can fit into a June show or roll into those July shows quite easily. I think a really good group, easy feeding ones that kind of fit a wide range to the beginning of June and late into the summer. I think depending on where your fair falls, you should look in at these things. They fit a wide range of county fairs and even into those later state fairs, CYE deals there. Nice set to get our set started here. That's lot 24, 41, and I believe the last one was the last tag was, what was the last tag?
257.
257 was the last tag number there. So good set to get started. Nice trio.
Next in, we've got Solely Show Stock. They're going to be tag 218, lot 18, and their final lot's going to be lot 40 selling this evening. That's a pair of littermate pigs. The tag 240 is a crossbred gilt. She's a Rizzler, Timber, Mamba, and the boar pig, or the Barrow pig, the boar pig that's in here is also same pedigree, like I said, littermates 10-3, lot 18. Solo, you got anything to say about this litter?
Rizzler's a littermate to Stone Cold at Premium Blend Genetics, bought at PT, raised by True.
Well, Cody brings us a pair here. I think a really good pair here. That Barrow that he's on, that 218, I believe is his tag there. That guy's got a neat look, real extended and yet a stout mug on him. He opens up big in his chest and his arm, and yet he's immature and green in his makeup, but yet packs a punch when you get in behind him. I think that guy has a wide window there. You get into those July shows and even feed him on further down the road. You can kind of settle in on that guy and take him a long ways. I think the gilt's probably just as green, if not greener, than the boy pig there. That one's got a stout skull on her. I think she's immature in her look and has some come to her. I think she's square coming and going. She's got some limbs to her. I think that one, take her into the later part of summer. I think you're going to be really happy. They're kind of skinny and small right now, but don't sleep on them. I think Cody's brought us a nice pair here. Definitely look in at those two there and visit with him in the back. Nice pair from Sully Livestock.
Next in the ring, we've got Edwards Show Pigs. They've got 4 consignments they've brought to this evening. They're going to be lots 22, 31, 32, and 56. We'll talk about the, wow, that's a lot of twos. 22, tag 222, ear notch 21-4. That's a Berkshire Barrow. That's a Pistol Pete OG. So that's going to be a half-blood purebred influence, if you will, there. The Pistol Pete's a purebred Berkshire boar that come from Haley Show Stock. The next one's going to be tag lot 31, 17-3 Berkshire Barrow, Pistol Pete top hand. Littermate's going to follow and suit at tag 232, Pistol Pete top hand as well. And their final entry for this evening is going to be tag 256. That's the 18-1 crossbred barrow. That's the light cross that's out here. That's a Firm Foundation funny bone. If you guys have paid any attention to Austin and Lonnie's breeding program, they own Firm Foundation that come from Austin Lester. Very good boar there. Funny Bone's another one they bought from Hofschulte. Another very good boar there on the bottom side. Austin, you got anything to say about these on terms of litter notes?
The lot 22 Barrow, his mom would have been a littermate to the champion Burke here a year ago. The 2 other Berkshire Barrows, their mom would have been the champion Burke at Great Western last year. And then the blue one, his mom would have been the 3rd overall light cross at CYE a couple years ago. And then she was the reserve supreme at Final Drive after that.
Well, the Edwards firm brings a nice set here. All due respect, I like the crossbred a good deal, but if you're looking to play in the purebred deal, specifically the Berkshire side of things, I think you definitely need to take a time and look in. And I think all three of them kind of do a little bit of differences in terms of maybe maturity and where you could land on them as their endpoint. The one that Austin's on over there, that guy's really kind of clubby in his look. He's opened up. He's big in terms of his skeleton and his pieces. Love his shape and his look up front for a Berkshire Barrow. And one that I think maturity-wise, you can kind of pick where you want to be. Could feed late into the summer. The other two there, I believe they're 31 and 32. Those two, maybe a little bigger in their kind, maybe a little more traditional, maybe in their look, but at the same time, you got to love their rib, their body, their running gear, really good, fundamental, good feeding kind of a Berkshires that I think when their day comes, whether that's in later part of June or into July probably, they're going to be really tough. So if you got a breed show, I'd say White Barrow, they're extended and cool. He looks green and immature, but I think as that guy feeds, he's going to open up and get more mass and bulk because his side silhouette and the way he's put together is really, really good. So Edwards crew here, awesome set of 4. Look in, go visit them back there, specifically if you're looking to play in the Berkshire ring. Nice set by them.
Next in the ring, we've got Red Fever Show Pigs. Eli Johnson comes in here. He's going to have lot 10 and lot 42. This lot 42 and lot 51. He brings 3 gilts here. Tag 210, 19-4 Duroc gilt, All-American, last at bat. Tag 242 is ear notch 21-4 Belgian, stay in your lane. And tag 251 is 21-5. That's also a Duroc gilt, littermate sister, Belgian, stay in your lane. And Eli sent me some notes because he doesn't want to talk on a microphone. Go figure if you know him at all. 21 litter, mom's a littermate to Jenna Freitas' champion purebred gilt at Western Regional 2 years ago. 19 litter, shares the same mom as the boar pig they sold at CYE for I think $7,500 or so. It was a really intriguing animal. And the gilt that Jenna won with here this last year at NJSA as well. And Maren Ludlow also had a tremendous amount of success with littermate sister or littermate Barra out of that same sow that produced those. So a lot of power in the pedigree. If you guys know Eli does a really good job and focuses a lot of energy on his Duroc hogs.
The Red Fever crew, if you pay attention to anything of the red breed, they need no introduction. They've been on a tear in the red ring, and not only that, red hogs that can compete up against those crossbreds. I think a really good trio, and not only that, I can't believe, if you know Eli, it's shocking that he brought some gilts out. And so whether you're looking to plug in at your county fair, if you got a breed deal, or want to play in an expo type show or Louisville or CYE, or you just want one to breed, I think all these are really good. The one that Haley's on, I believe, is the 210 there. That one's kind of got crossbred proportion, really stout skulled. That one's really neat in terms of mass and power, and if you fed any of those Red Fever hogs and you know what the genetics are, those ones only come better and better with time. That one's just extra neat, though, from the skull back. Kind of looks like a Barrow in a lot of ways. The other 2 gilts, maybe a little bigger in their outline, maybe a little later in their maturity, but like I said, those red ones from Eli will come with time, and those 2, you got to love how they proportion and balance like a lady needs to. They're fundamentally correct at the ground, and time's only going to do them favors. And so whether you're looking to play in July in a market setting or you want something of a breeding piece, these 3 here take advantage for Eli overthinking this and bringing 3 gilts, 3 really, really nice red ones.
Next in the ring, we've got 2 consignments from Type and Show Pigs. They're going to be lot 3 in the sale order this evening, tag 203. Ear notch is 24-3. That's the crossbred boar, knife talk, and then some. And their second consignment is going to be lot 34, tag 234, ear notch is 23-3. That's a crossbred boar. That's the Calico Knife Talk tricked out. I'll let Noah here discuss a little bit more in terms of the top side and bottom side of the pedigree and a little bit of the storyline.
All right, so both pigs here are at a Knife Talk, and this is our very first group of them that we've been able to farrow, and they've been outstanding across the board. The 24 litter. And Knife Talk is the litter mate to that champion gilt that we just had at Arizona. He's there at Halfins. He's been doing a really good job. We'll talk the Calico first. His mom is a tricked out junior. She herself won a handful of shows up there in Oregon a couple of years ago. She'd also be the litter mate to a really good Barrow that Avery showed a couple of years ago as well, and he won almost every market show that we had up there. Really deep litter. He himself comes out of a great litter. Been a good pig. The black-headed one, Knife Talk and then some. That's a really good gilt. That one's litter mate, was 5th overall D3 at Arizona a couple of years ago. She herself doesn't have a great big story yet. Kind of had a hard time getting her going and bred the right way and do the things that they're supposed to do as sows. But I think she's finally clicking, and we're really happy, really proud about the two that we're bringing.
Thank you, Noah. Bradley.
Well, the type and crew up there in Oregon, not to sound repetitive, but they need no introduction. They just come off of not only a big run at Arizona, but a big run the past few years. And that Knife Talk boar, I remember them posting that or Halfins posting that, and I thought that boar was really neat. And then I read the description and saw that Noah and crew bred him, and man, I thought that guy was really neat. And it looks like he's going to stamp his babies very, very similar. I think both of these are kind of different in kind, but at the same time, they bring a lot to the table: stoutness, skull, feature, all those big things that we like in a show pig. You know, the black-headed one with the black dot, man, that guy's pretty cool. He's short-backed. He looks like a Barrow needs to in terms of proportion, yet you watch him come and go, and he's not screwed up anywhere. That guy can feed for a while. I think he goes a long ways, especially having that tiny of a neck, that tiny of a head, but yet he's got width between his eyeballs that read really, really stout. I think the Calico, yeah, he's maybe a little bigger in his maturity and size, his height of shoulder, those types of things, but yet he still packs a punch of feature and stoutness. He probably comes to the table in terms of readiness a little quicker maybe than the black-headed one, in my opinion. But both of them, I think you just feed them how you think they need to be fed. I think you're going to be extra, extra happy with them. Awesome pair from the type and crew there.
Next in the ring is Sierra Nevada Farms. In the lot order, it'll be 4, tag 204. First one offered is the 70-7 Berkshire boar. That's an above all top shelf Slim Jim. And the Yorkshire appearing boar pig is going to be lot 33, 62-6. He is a crossbred, but he will classify Yorkshire. Pedigree reads there, white flag, testify timber. To tell a little bit of the story, I guess, since I get the luxury to breed those things at Sierra Nevada, the top shelf Slim Jim, bottom side of the pedigree, a littermate sister would have been shown by Connor Correa that was reserved at NJSA 3-4 years ago. We kept back 4 other littermate sisters out of that particular litter on top of her, and have done a really good job. That's kind of what we've continued to build the Berkshires around. After going to Laird's this summer, looking at boars and seeing stuff and confirming, consulting with my buddy Pete Gomez, definitely needed to use above all on the top side of the pedigree. He's been on an absolute tear as well. Really like that Berkshire pig. Love his rib shape that he possesses. The Yorkshire pig, again, white flag on the top side of the pedigree. He's got a little scarring on the side. He and his littermate sister that have been in a pen together since they were born decided to get into it a couple weeks ago. But he'll classify Yorkshire. That's a white flag, testify timber out of a first litter gilt from Den Hart.
Well, the Sierra Nevada crew brings 2 of them, and a really, really good pair here. They've done a really good job with the Berkshire deal there. Last year had a great set in the first elite, I believe, some really good Berkshires and have had a lot of success. And this guy fits that mold of what they've been doing there. That guy, Jared mentioned it, man, his rib shape, his body, his skeletal, the way his skeleton opens up is just perfect in so many ways. He proportions really well, like a show barrel needs to for a Berkshire. I think he's short-backed, and yet he's still good enough in his head and his look and just balances so well. That guy is going to be really neat down the road. Take him late into the summer, one of those breed shows or a CYE-type deal. You'll have fun in the Berkshire ring, no doubt. That white guy is pretty neat over there. Yeah, he's a little scarred up, but don't let that fool you, because the white flags have done a really good job, and the crossbreds out of Sierra Nevada only get better with time. I could tell you with that. This guy, I liked how green and immature he is, how he's put together from the side, and yet he still reads with some shape and openness, a skeleton that tells me feed that guy late into the summer, you're going to be extra happy with how he looks. And the fact that he's going to class in that Yorkshire thing, man, that gives you lots of options. Really, really good pair there from Jared and crew at Sierra Nevada.
Next in the ring, we got WD Swine Farm, tag 211, 46-91, crossbred gilt. She's a top rope, quite frankly, never before. And the other entry is going to be tag 246, 46-93. That's a crossbred gilt, top rope, quite frankly, never before. Pair of really solid, really good, littermate sisters that are here that I think Wage brought us. That I remember seeing pictures. I said, holy cow, these things look pretty good.
I think Jared hit it on the head, and a really good pair of gilts that somehow Ryan decided to let go, and it's only a coincidence that only Stacy's here, and they bring an awesome pair, so hats off to Stacy and the kids. They did a good job. This pair is really good. That top rope deal's been really, really good. There's been lots of champions and good hogs coming out of that deal, and it seems like those things get better and better, and whether you want to play in the all-black division, that all-black gilt over there is extra neat from the side. Her height and elevation, when you talk about the front side of her skeleton, how cool she is in the shape of her neck and skull, she's just really paints a good picture. Her sister does a nice job from the side, but she probably packs a little more punch, a little more moderate, a little more opened up. Awesome in terms of her rib cage and design there. Really big out of the upper part of her hip. Pick your poison on this one. Feed them late into the summer. Breed them later this year. Whatever have you. I think you'll be very, very happy coming out of a firm like WD that has a lot of history of making really good gilts. Awesome pair of top ropes from Ryan and Stacy and the kids there. Look forward to seeing them later today.
NLG, No Limit Genetics, they've got 5 that they brought. They're going to be bringing in tags 205 and 226 first, and then the 3 that will follow. Tag 205 is 204-5. That's a crossbred boar. He is a crypt orchid. Pedigree reads high heat, rise again. Them high heats have been really good for NLG, and we've seen a lot of them here this season getting started as well, being sold. The other option is going to be tag 226. 217-8, that's a crossbred boar. That's a MAGA, my homie, tricked out. Adam, I'll let you discuss these pedigrees a little bit deeper.
Okay, the crib that Rex is driving right now, that pig's mama came from Tolman Show Pigs in Indiana. The littermate did a lot of winning. That was an all-rise, no intro. The no intro grandma came from Mullets and was a high dollar deal. This was her second litter. She's done a great job, had a couple different champions last year. Then the one that Adeline's driving, the my homie tricked out mama there would be a full sib to Tatum Martin's gilt that she bought at California Elite a few years back. That won multiple jackpots for her and was very, very successful. And then that tricked out mama there, she's put a lot of, the great grandma's put a lot of pigs that we've had in these California Elite sales.
Well, the No Limit crew from Modesto drops in 2 of them that are really good, and I talked to Adam the other day, and he seemed pretty excited, and if you know anything about Adam and Rex, they believe in this sale, and they focus very hard on bringing good hogs, and They had an awesome first set, and this set looks to follow in suit. Adam mentioned that Crip was pretty neat, and he did not lie or disappoint. Man, that guy is put together so well from the side, yet you take him to the ground, and not only is he flexible and comfortable, and you can feel comfortable pushing him or taking your time on him, he comes with feature, he comes with shape. Man, that guy's going to be really, really fun down the road. Don't let the fact that he's a Crip scare you away. That surgery can be done quite easily. That guy's going to be really fun down the road. The other one here is getting a little cranky, but man, Adam mentioned that one's mama. I love that one's mom, or littermate 2, I think it was, but that one that the Martins had, I thought that gilt was awesome. This one follows suit. Put together really well. I love that one's rib shape. I love that one's maturity pattern, and yet that one's skull is so stout for having that kind of a look from the side. That one probably feeds just a little bit earlier into the summer than that of the other one. But man, just feed these two with confidence, bid with confidence tonight. Nice pair to open up No Limits.
Next in for No Limit Genetics, they've got 3 more they're going to bring to you. We've got tag 227, we've got tag 43 and tag 49. 227's pedigree, that's a crossbred boar. My Homie, lined up on My Homie, Hold My Beer 71. Next one's going to be tag 243. That one's ear notch is 235-8. That's a crossbred gilt, high heat, top shelf. And then tag 249, ear notch is 220-1. That one's pedigree, that crossbred boar's pedigree reads Dot, Young Love.
The blue mass barrel that Rex is driving around, that's a My Homie, Hold My Beer 71, Platinum, Earl, Hillbilly Bone. Usually when you know 5 generations down, there's a reason. That genetic line for us has had champion light crosses at Northern Exposure, Great Western, has had champion light crosses at Chowchilla and Los Banos. It's always done a really good job, good feeding pigs that have some height to shoulder. I'll let Brad talk about it. I'm sorry. So then, been a really good genetic line. They've always fed really good. Chancho's on a belted gilt, and this will be that mama's first litter. So that mama would be a high dollar purchase from CNC out of Oklahoma. And that mama was a top shelf dirty secret. We bred her to belt buckle at Moyers. And we were really, really excited and happy about that. Yeah, sorry, high heat. And then, but again, that's the bottom side would be top shelf dirty secret. And then the almost tam appearing pig, there would be a Dot, which is a littermate to Clout. And that mama there would be a Young Love on a from Wintex Farms, one that's done a good job. I think she herself was a champion at Colusa County Fair, I think reserve in the 4-H show. So mamas that were shown out and did real well.
The other part of No Limits consignment, these 3 here, really nice trio. That blue mass one that Chancho's on now, I think it's 227's a tag. You could tell when Adam talks about My Homie, and anytime I go to the No Limit barn there and I hear Hold My Beer 71, you can kind of have confidence those are going to feed. That line's done a good job for them, and so I like that blue mass one a good deal, but more importantly, I think the confidence that Rex and Adam have in that sow and what she's generate, man, that one's going to compete down the road July into August. If you got a light cross division or just want to play for the overall portion, feed that guy with confidence. He's not messed up anywhere, good kind of a hog. I think the belted gilt that Rex is on there, I think that's the high heat, if I'm not mistaken. I think that gilt packs a punch. She's got tons of shape. She's powerful in any dimension, but yet she still looks the part from the side. She's pieces together so well, and as powerful as she is, you'd think she'd probably come with too much. Watch her go. She still flexes. She still takes a good stride. She's within herself. Manage her muscle as she goes down the road. Man, that could be a fun one. You get into CYE and that gilt sale. You might be selling her on Saturday at CYE. This red one here, like Adam said, too bad it isn't TAM classifying because that thing would run right up there with Red Fever's good one that they sold last sale. That guy's shapely. He's stout-skulled. He's cool, neat in his look. I think you just take your time on that one down the road at the end of this deal. That one's going to be really fun, and he comes with a neat color pattern if you're into that. That guy's really got some big league pieces. So to wrap up the No Limit crew, a really good trio here. Make sure you visit the boys in the back after.
Next in, first-time consigner, Michelucci Show Pigs. Love that last name. It's sweet. 2-12 is going to be the first one in terms of tag. That's a 24-8. That's a crossbred boar. He's a calico appearing one. That one's pedigree is going to read Different League 15, Tricky Business. A little bit of information on that Different League 15. He is a Different League, tricked out, never before. That's at Ottenwaters, raised by Doty and Grove. The next one that they'll bring then is tag 236, 24-1, same pedigree, Different League, 15, Tricky Business. And their final lot's going to be the little one, 24-3, that's a Crypt Orchid, Different League, 15, Tricky Business, yet again from Michelucci Show Pigs.
Well, Jared's exactly right. A cool last name, but I think a cool trio that they bring for their first time out, and haven't got a chance to really study these ones or see their numbers too well, so I'll just talk them based off color pattern. This kind of polka dotted black spotted one here, that guy's pretty neat. He came through the gate, and that's down to the skull, his big arm, his big chest, and just his feature and ruggedness, man, he caught my eye. And yet he gets to the side, man, he's got no neck for having that much stoutness and feature and tons of shape. Yet he's immature like the other two in here. I think that guy could be really good down the road. Take your time on him. I don't think he's one that needs to be pushed to the finish line. But, man, when he gets to that point, he's going to be cool. I think the spotted up one is the one that's his litter mate there on the far side that Maddie's on, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That guy kind of blue-colored to him, really tall-shouldered, kind of proportions really neat from the side. From the top of his blade to his tail is really cool. He's still maybe not as powerful as the one we just talked about, but he too, extra green in his maturity pattern. I think you feed him with confidence and you just feed him into where he needs to land into July or so, and he's just going to come with more and more because he's got some stoutness to him. More importantly, I think his skeleton's really neat. The little guy over there, I think Jared mentioned he's a crip. And that guy, he is obviously green and small, but don't pass up on him. Late summer, folks, that guy is going to come with a punch at the end because he's got a big front leg. He's really square coming and going. He's not messed up in any way. And those features and indicators, I think one that you just take home, you put them on feed, and you just try not to mess them up after you get that surgery done. I think he's a really good kind of a hog. Awesome trio by this crew. Go visit them in the back if you want to see more of them because I think they're worth another look.
Next in the ring, we've got tag 216, brought to you by Doty Grove and Pardini. That's a crossbred Barrow. His pedigree reads Kong Gangster. Anybody got any litter notes on this particular individual? All right, Brad.
All right, we got lot 16 tag 216 here. Doty Grove and Pardini bring us a bigger one. This all black dude is really stout mugged. He comes through the gate. He looks like he's ready to run through a brick wall with that kind of stoutness of skull, and he backs it up with a big back laid into him. Big upper hip. I think one that's still not messed up. And in terms of his feet and legs, take your time, I think, on him. I don't think he's one that you need to push, but he's big enough to still meet a lot of windows. If you still got an earlier summer show, he definitely fits that. If you want to slow roll him into the middle part of summer, you could certainly do so because he's got some big swinging pieces, really stout and powerful. I think you just take your time, manage him. He's going to be really fun at the end. If you go into some of these jackpots down the road with that all-black division, a stout dude like that will fit right into the mix in the all-blacks. Awesome hog here from Doty Grove and Pardini. That's tag 216 there.
Next in the ring, we've got Triangle L Farms, Josh and crew and family. Tag 208, 1-3 crossbred boar pig, heavy pour, Reputation, and the other lot is going to be tagged 237 1-2 crossbred boar, heavy pour, Reputation, a pair of really, really stout, intriguing litter mates that they brought.
We got Triangle L brings a pair of litter mates and a pair of littermate heavy pours. And if you haven't seen the heavy pour boar there at Golden State that Scott and Rochelle and the family have, or seen stuff out of them, I recommend you try to, because the few I've seen and the ones we have on feed, big fan of that boar there. They're doing a nice job and a good purchase. These two replicate that. That 208, this chromed up guy here, he kind of mimics lots of the ones I've seen. A really neat skull and a really neat look up front, and yet he's big in the shape of his arm. He's big in the shape to his back, and yet the bend and the turn to his honk and the way he's designed back there is so good. The all-black one, quite a little bit different. Maybe not as busted open in his chest, but I think give that one time, he'll come there. I think from the side is where maybe that one's a little neater in terms of his height of his shoulder, and how he draws to the upper side of his hip is really cool. He's extra square coming and going. I think that's one you can maybe push just a little bit harder into the earlier part of summer and be really happy with where you end up, because I think the way he's put together at the ground will allow you to maybe push him, as opposed to that chromed up one there. I think you take your time on that chromed up guy. You can settle in on him kind of wherever your end point is throughout the summer. That's an awesome pair of heavy pours from Triangle L there.
And as an added bonus, it seems that they're pretty much already broke, Brad. So you got to like that. Take home and easy to roll. Next in the ring, we've got Hog Mafia. They brought two entries here for us this evening. First one's going to be tag 223. That's a 1-4 crossbred barra. His pedigree reads Never Wild, Emotional Damage, Out of Breath. The Never Wild is a never before wild side boar at Jason DeMello's at Outlaw Show Pigs. And the second one is a is tag 259 1-7. That's a Berkshire appearing gilt. That's a buckle trick, emotional damage, out of breath. Reads that pedigree. And buckle trick is a buckle up, tricked out, also Outlaw Show Pigs.
Well, nice pair here from Hog Mafia there, and I guess technically two crossbreds, but we got the belted one that leads off their group there. That's one that paints a really good picture from the side. I think you could have some confidence in terms of that one's skeleton look. That one's rib and body design, I think, lends itself to feed into June or July. Just not messed up anywhere. And if you can feed him and he keeps coming with some power there, open him up a touch more. That's a really good kind of a hog from the side. Like I said, his skeleton's really good. The last one, I believe it's last in the sale, but as we always say in these sales, don't walk away after the first couple sell, because the sales usually only get better. These sale lots or orders mean nothing, because that thing may not be a purebred gilt or purebred Berkshire gilt, but that's a good classing kind of a Berkshire gilt. Really neat look, and really good in terms of her symmetry from the side and her skeleton down low. She's still got shape, and one that I think if you got a breed show into that later part of June or into July, August, you better look in and sit around at this sale for a little longer, because that one will play in a lot of AOB divisions up and down the state. Awesome pair here by Hog Mafia that they bring you. Visit those boys out back.
Next in, we've got MRC Farms, tag 201. That pig's ear notch is 11-1. That's a crossbred pig. He's a Crypt Orchid. Widespread, money's on, tricked out, reads that one's pedigree. And then the second one he'll bring is tag 245. That's 11-3. That's a crossbred gilt. Litter mate, widespread, money's on, tricked out, and Matt's going to talk about the pedigrees.
So the 11 litter is out of a first-time money's on sow. Her mate sister did some winning for the No Limit crew. Their grandma would be my foundation curtain call sow that hung a lot of banners for a lot of different families. So I have a lot of anticipation and a lot of high hopes for this litter here.
Real good group from Conant. I think probably several of us in this building have tried to bid or buy his pigs. They turn out really well, they feed really well, and he does an awesome job. Brad, you can go ahead and discuss them.
Well, Jared hit it on the head. If you've come to any of these elite sales, you know Matt and crew's always up towards the top, and there's a reason why. They're hard to buy, and I'm right there with Jared. We try to raise our hands, but it's hard to do so because he makes them so good. These two fit the mold here. That belted one's a Crip. And that guy I wouldn't pay attention to that part. I'd bid with confidence because, like Matt's pigs do, they're made so neat from the side, but yet that guy's extra dense in his skull, and the shape of his front end there is so good. Yet he's stout in terms of his front arm there. Comes at you like a man needs to. Just envision that guy when he gets into fighting weight. That guy's going to be extra good. I think the only problem with him is, unfortunately, he's a Crip. But if you're okay with a Crip, bid with confidence. That guy's going to be fun late in the summer if you're looking for one to go play. The litter mate is the all-black one. We've had a few good all-black ones come through the ring, and this one fits right into the mix. That's a really dense skull black gilt there, really big in her hind leg. I love her shape to the upper part of her skeleton, and I really like how she proportions. In terms of the shortness of her back, I think she does so maybe even better than her brother there. That one there, I think you take her into some of these jackpots, you take her into CYE in that gilt show there, you're going to be looking pretty. May not have been bred by Matt and crew, but there was an all-black one that did pretty good last year. I think Matt brings you one that has a lot of similar parts and pieces to that one. Really good pair there by Matt and crew.
Next in the ring, we've got JDL Farms. We got the Super Stick Dawn out here that's going to show them this evening. That one's ear tag is 202. That one's ear notch is 28-2. He's a crossbred boar. Pedigree reads hang tight, right one tricked out. Another really good farm that's just getting started here the last couple years. I'm glad we brought the best showman here to present this one this evening.
Could not agree more with Jared. Best showman's in the ring with a really good one. And when they bring one like this, it's only fitting that the good showman gets the stick. Really good black-headed one here. This group's young, I guess, in terms of bringing them to elite, but when they have, they've been ones that have come up towards the top. This guy runs uphill like he's a show lamb almost. Really neat look from the side, and yet you watch him come and go. As neat as his look is, he surprises you with a big punch coming and going, his shape up high. Yeah, maybe he's a little skinnier bellied than maybe some others we've seen, but that'll come with time, especially when you study his turn to his rib cage there. He reads with all the right indicators. Take your time on that guy. I don't think you need to push him and force him early in the summer, in my opinion anyways. I think you take your time and you're going to have fun with that dude down the road. Really nice set, really good showman, good choice on the stick there.
Next in, we've got Rocky Canyon Show Pigs that'll be bringing their next two lots here to this evening. Tag 222 is 8-1 crossbred gilt, never wild, top shelf. And the other tag is going to be tag 253, a litter mate, 8-2, never wild, top shelf. Again, on the top side of that pedigree, that's a never before wild side pig, boar pig that's raised and housed at Outlaw Show Pigs on that particular pedigree. Sean, do you have any remarks about the litter? Sean says they're really good.
All right, Rocky Canyon in here. Really good pair. That never wild deal. I think we've seen it on here earlier, and that's an intriguing deal. It seems to be clicking quite well because this pair, I think, represents the same kind of deal. That black-headed one's the 220 tag, I think, over there. That's a good kind of a gilt. When you study that one in terms of her foot and her bone, the angles to her joints, she reads correct. She reads like one that's just not going to get messed up. I think you just put feed on that one and let her go. She's going to be a fun kind of a market hog into the summer. She could be a gilt gilt down the road, however you see fit for her, but one that I think in terms of not having a hole, in terms of the right kind of skeleton, that's a good kind of a hog. The traditionally belted one that looks to be classing Hamp, maybe comes with a little more punch on the top side of her skeleton. I like that about her. I think she's extra shapely, maybe even a touch neater about the shape of her neck. I think that one, feed that one with confidence as a market hog or a gilt, because that shape up high is really good. One of those July shows you got, a Santa Barbara type deal. I think that one fits in with the boys in terms of the Barrows. That one can do that, or feed into CYE. A really nice pair of Never Wild there from the Rocky Canyon crew.
Next in the ring, Small Town Genetics, tag 217. That one's ear notch is 56-2. That's a crossbred Barrow, or crossbred, yes, crossbred Barrow. Wrong pedigree. Found, Sweetheart's daughter. Found is a, James, one more time, what was that? Buckle Up on Endgame Sister from Gary Todd. Do you got any little remarks in regards to who Sweetheart is, or is that your wife? Yes, okay.
Usually James is a man of many words, but I guess he'll save his voice for the auction later. But he does bring a really good Yorkshire appearing. He's a unit. Oh, that's a good description, because I do think that is a really good white hog there that could fit in a lot of categories. I don't know much on the Found deal, but I like the pedigree that James yelled down. I think that guy's worth taking a look at, because if he makes them with that kind of neck shape and look up front, and yet that kind of a hind leg in terms of size and the way it motors it, I think that one's going to be a bore to use. This guy, feed him with confidence, because I think if you just don't mess him up, I think you're going to be all right, particularly in those shows that have a Yorkshire classing deal. That guy fits right into the mix, and yet then he can run up with those crossbreds and play with the best of them. That's a really good kind of a Yorkshire classifying Barrow there from the Small Town crew.
Next in the rings, Mellow Farms. And don't tell me which showman this is, because I still cannot keep these twins separate in terms of who is who. Tag is 225, ear notch. That's Luke, I guess. Tag 225, ear notch 14.8. Berkshire gilt. Above all, good times. I had the opportunity to come back a while ago before the first sale and see this litter of Berkshires. I think that this is a very, very good litter of Berkshires that have a tremendous amount of quality. Obviously, in regards to the pedigree and the mellow name, good Berkshires, good Berkshire raising families, really good Berkshire gilt to get started here.
Well, Jared's exactly right. I think the mellow name is synonymous with Berkshires and making good Berkshires. I know the family's done it for a long time, and they continue to do it at a high level. This Berkshire gilt here, she paints a really neat picture when you get her off to the side. Her height of shoulder, the way she runs uphill, she's unique in the shape of her neck there. And yet you get in behind her, she's still got shape. She's still a little later in her maturity pattern maybe than some other Berkshires out there. I think you just put this one on feed and you let her go and find her in point later on this summer, or maybe even feed her hard and get her going for CYE, State Fair, and one of those gilt shows there, because that kind of presence and look, if that one's feet and legs stay true to what they are now, she's only going to get better with time. Awesome Berkshire gilt here by the Mellow Farms.
Next in the ring, we got Ryan Genetics made a long trip here this evening. Tag 206, ear notch is 15-7. That's a purebred Yorkshire boar. Pedigree reads Mean Mug, Hot Take, 47-3. A couple big names in the Yorkshire pedigree department. And their next lot's going to be tag 238, a litter mate, 15-6, Yorkshire boar, Mean Mug, Hot Take, 47-3. And Chandler's got a few words to share about these pedigrees.
Yeah, these guys come from a very prominent show career. Sal, that was shown by the Hagans. She was 5th overall 2 years ago here at the Western Bonanza, held titles at Arizona Nationals, was reserve gilt there. Did very good in the show career herself and has done so in producing good show offspring. Her last litter, she produced the 4th overall gilt at the Gold Rush Classic, has made many champions here in the circuit in California. Also comes from the same line that we've been doing as good in Arizona Nationals with our grand win there. Champion Yorkshire Barrow at Denver comes all from the same lineage, half sibs, hashtag cupcake. And yeah, these guys speak for themselves. We really like them.
Well, I think the only surprising thing when you drop in the Chandler Ryan consignment is that Chandler, a man of very few words, actually got on the microphone and spoke. If there's any thing out there, if you want Yorkshires, if you're going to buy just on a piece of paper, probably want to buy from the Ryan firm there, because in the Yorkshire thing, they have done it at a high level, and it's quite impressive what they've done. I think the only question, if you want to play in the Yorkshire thing and you want to buy a Yorkshire today, figure out which one you like more. I know this Portuguese probably not smart enough to tell you which one it is. I think the 206, the smaller one, that one maybe in terms of moderation, in terms of maybe stoutness and yet a neat skull, maybe one that's maybe a little more crossbred looking in his look. The other one's maybe a little more traditional, Chandler Ryan York, in terms of a little bigger and later maturing. I think he's going to keep coming. Probably a stout of a skull and a good of a clip job as I've seen on Chandler Ryan's consignments, and a really good pair. Buy with confidence. I think history speaks for itself on this pair here.
Next in, we've got C4 Genetics, tag 221, 9-4 Duroc Barra. That one's pedigree reads Belgium Burst. The Duroc behind that one was 3rd overall gilt at the Holiday Classic and 4th overall at the Harvest Moon pair of jackpots there in November and December this last year. That produced this one. And then on the other side, the Tamworth appearing gilt is tag 248. Ear notch 3-1. She's a high horse, all mine.
A good pair here from C4. That Duroc Barrow there out of Belgium, that Belgium deal has done an awesome job in making rugged Duroc barrows and gilts, and yet at the same time they have the show ring presence. But man, that guy, his skull and his stoutness up front is unmatched. He's really green and immature, and if you fed Durocs, that's not a bad thing. Take your time. No need to get them early and get them going hard early. I think that guy's looseness is skeleton, and yet the feature he has, I think he's only going to get better with time. I think one, though, if you got a red division in that July setting or even into that beginning of August, that guy's going to fit the mold really, really well. Really, really good Belgian Barrow there. That Tam appearing gilt is just really neat from the side. Up front and her front third, she's really cute. She's really cool. And then she draws back along her spine with as much shape as any. Really neat and a color pattern that can class in many different ways. And you take her to the ground and she's still got enough feature and density to her. One that's maybe a touch smaller but gives you a wide window. Jackpotter, take her later on into the summer. You could do a wide array of things. Take her home. Keep making some Tam appearing hogs that can compete next year as well. Awesome pair here from C4 in their consignment.
Next in the rings, McKeag Livestock, Tag 219, this one's ear notches 64-1. This is a purebred Berkshire gilt. Her pedigree reads chain link, top shelf, slim Jim. Get the opportunity also to help Ethan with some of his sows that are housed at our place. Again, when I went to Laird's this summer, I thought there was a pair of Berkshire boars that I liked a bit. This is a littermate sister to our Barrow consignment that raised this one, so similar pedigree on the bottom side. This one's pedigree on the bottom actually was Connor Correa's champion, a reserve champion Berkshire gilt 3 years ago here at the Western Regional. And again, on the top side, that one's pedigree is chain link. I think a really good gilt that has a tremendous amount of breeding value. Bradley, you can go ahead and discuss this one.
Ethan's consignment here, and I'm not sure if Ethan helps Jared more or Jared helps Ethan more, but it's a dynamic duo nonetheless, and they've been turning out some really good Berkshires. No different here. This gilt here, I really like her when you study her in terms of her shoulder angle, in terms of the way she gets out up front, and then she draws into a body design that I think screams female. She looks like a breeding piece in terms of not only having the fundamentals of feet and legs and rib design like a lady needs to, but yet she does so with some squareness on both ends of her skeleton, some lateness, some maturity. I think she could fit into a market setting if you got a breed show, but I really think that kind of rib design, that kind of skeleton, I think that one is best suited in a gilt environment. Maybe not best suited, but in my opinion, I guess I'd want to keep that one because I think that one has a lot of breeding value, like Jared did say. Nice pair, or a nice set here that Ethan brings us here in his consignment.
Next in, Golden State Genetics, Scott and Rochelle Tucker come in here and crew. Really good three that they brought here this evening. Tag 213 is the Duroc Barra. Ear notch is 72-6. His pedigree reads all the way tailor-made. The next two options, you've got tag 235, that's 66-1, Spot Barra, Spot On, DW. And then the final one is the Crossbred Boar Pig, 11-6, tag 250. Lucky Day, Rusty Cage. Scott, you got any remarks in regards to these ones' pedigrees? Really good group. Scott and Rochelle have been putting together a great set of purebreds and crossbreds alike in regards to sires and dams. If I remember correctly, I think the Spot goes back to a deeper pedigree that came from as a bred from Loudermilk. The Durocs, again, they've been no stranger to success here in this state. And the crossbred, they've definitely added some good boars to their battery that they're utilizing, and even breeders here in the state have had an opportunity to do so that have fed and done well for them. Three really good pigs that Golden State Genetics brings here this evening.
Well, Jared's exactly right. Golden State there has done an awesome job the past couple years, really bringing in some awesome genetics and diversity of breeds and kinds. And I could tell you firsthand, we've had a chance to feed on stuff from them, and they feed. And so look in with confidence. If you're looking at a breed show or a State Fair CYE deal, I think you got a Duroc and a spotted up dude over there that give you a lot of opportunity to play in the reds or the AOBs. This red guy here, I think, is really, really good from the side. He screams a stout show barrow, and yet you watch him get his head up and you get around. He's square, he's comfortable, he proportions like he needs to. That guy fits a lot of avenues. I think anyone that's got something in the middle of summer, you can be competitive in the red division. That Spot over there, they've done a nice job with the spotted up ones. That's a neat looking kind of a Spot barrow with a big motor on him. I think he feeds into a wide window in this summer, and like I said, he fits into that mold if you're going to State Fair or CYE. And then the crossbred over there, that's, I believe they said, a Lucky Day. That Lucky Day deal has done a great job for them, and they keep turning out good hogs, and that's a good feeding kind of a barrow there. With the big back, he's powerful in every angle, and one that I think you can feed confidently into the summer and be very competitive in that crossbred division at your show, because that guy brings forth the pieces that are needed to be competitive at any level. A really nice trio here from the Golden State crew.
Next in, we've got RBQ Show Pigs. They bring 5 to us this evening. We're going to do the 3 crossbreds first. Ross, Braden, Quinn, and I guess Tom as well bring 3 really intriguing pigs. Tag 209 is the White Gilt, ear notch 2-3. Her pedigree reads Different League 112 out of a Wide Awake sow. I was talking to Ross earlier, and he was just describing how much he loves that sow, how much they love this gilt in particularly. From what I understood, somebody wanted to sell her and everybody else did not. So I think there's definitely a buyer's market here, something that's coming from the heart of their program as well. And then as we work on down through the line, the rest of them is tag 28 or 228 and 229. 3-7 is the Barrow, Different League 112-4 Kingpin. And then the Littermate Crossbred Gilt 3-5, Different League 112-4. That one's also a Kingpin. 3 really good entries here that they bring for crossbreds before we see their pair of purebreds.
Awesome trio of crossbreds that RBQ brings, and they're doing an awesome job up there putting them together. And I think Ross and crew, they are not only a good family, but I think just a good hog mind. The whole family does an awesome job. I would echo, I guess, Ross's sentiment on that White Gilt. Quite surprised they let her go, so take advantage of it. I think that Yorkshire classifying thing comes with a punch, comes with some extras. That's a neat kind of a gilt there. I think you manage her, take her time on her. No need to push her hard because she's got all the things you need. All you need to do is just mellow her into her end point, whether that be July, whether that be late summer. Heck, take her further. I think you'll be all right. That's a good kind of a white hog there. The belted ones here, really nice pair. I think that Barrow comes with a lot of good pieces. When you get that one to the side, when you study that one down low, the pair of them are really good in terms of their skeleton. I like that Barrow in terms of its blade, in terms of how open that one is in the lower part of its skeleton. I think that gilt shape up high and look is excellent. I think those are ones that you can just confidently feed into July show. I think they come from genetics and a firm that you go ahead and just put them on feed and not worry because they're going to get you to your end point. Nice set of crossbreds from RBQ.
And real quick, I lost my litter notes here. The Yorkshire appearing pig out of a sow, Wide Awake sow that come from Schwecke, and the 3 litter is lots 220 or tags 228 and 229. The mama was 3rd overall at the Audible and 17th overall Guild at CYAE. Next in's the pair of Durocs for RBQ. They're going to be tags 244, 5-3 Duroc Barra. Little Duroc BMH B2. That one's out of Zip, 45-4. And the other one's pedigree, tag 255. Littermate, Little Duroc out of Zip as well. Good pair of Duroc gilts that they brought here. Tags 255 and tags 244.
A nice pair on RBQ's purebred side here of these Durocs. Got, I think they're litter mates, if I'm not mistaken. That Barrow is opened up and powerful. He's still good in terms of his feet and legs. I think that gilt, she packs an extra big punch with a really good extension ahead of her blade. You gotta like her look and her silhouette up front there, and yet she's big in her chest. Quite surprised how that knee up and through her neck and head is opened up that well. Really good pair that could feed into summer and be very, very competitive. If you got a breed division, please look in because the RBQ crew has brought you a nice set there.
Just as a refresher in regards to pedigree, Little Duroc is a Duroc boar at Small Town Genetics. He is a chained up on the high rent Platte sow at James's. Little Duroc is at Small Town Genetics. Next in, we've got Bliss Livestock. First one's going to be tag 215, 22-3, Crossbred Barra, Hardball, Wide Awake. Next one for Bliss Livestock is going to be tag 239, 22-5. That Crossbred Guild is also a litter mate, Hardball, Wide Awake. And then the final one, 254 is the tag, 22.7 crossbred gilt. Same pedigree there, 3 litter mates that come from a really good firm that do an awesome job and bring quality time after time to California Elite.
Bliss's trio here, and like Jared just said, bring quality to the table each time. If we need guys want to talk about any of the litter stuff? Good? All right. We'll get some more info on it. They're being shy because they don't want to brag on them too much, I guess, because I think the trio is really, really good. Just to start off, I think the 2 all-black ones are really neat. Their shape, their look is really good. That Barrow is really, really cool. You get him to the side and stout skull, short back, but yet no neck to him, and yet one that's got some big paws on him. He's going to be really, really neat. The gilt, no slouch. That one's big in terms of her rib cage and motor to her. I think one that's not messed up in any way down low at the ground. Really neat kind of a all-black pair there. The more traditionally belted gilt, real shapely gilt with a cool look from the side, and I think one that fits a wide window when you talk about taking her as a market hog. You can kind of push one like that, I think, into early part, but then at the same time take her into July and that beginning part of August if you want to take your time. She's got enough shape and muscle she can go for a while if you want to sit on her. Really good trio here, depending on where your endpoint is, depending if you got some different breed classification deals. I guess pick your poison and do so with confidence from Bliss Livestock.
And just to add in there a little bit more in regards to the pedigrees and whatnot, again, their pedigrees, hardball, wide awake, all 3 are litter mates. And like Brad kind of described them as well, they've got all different pieces that are very good and unique, and definitely have different places in regards that they can go in terms of shows and in regards to just what they're going to do. Sometimes you got some male pigs, you got some that are the gilts that are maybe a little bit more geared towards market hog, and you got another one that's maybe got more longevity from a breeding perspective. Really good pair, or 3 that Bliss Livestock brings here. Next in, we've got Outlaw Show Pigs. They bring 3 to you this evening. Tag 214, 23.3, crossbred Barrow. Now you know, Wild Side. Tag 230, ear notch 23.1, crossbred Barrow. Now you know, Wild Side. A pair of litter mates that they brought there. And then their final one, tag 252, 22-1, a crossbred Barrow. High horse, back on track. Again, Outlaw Show Pigs. Jason DeMello and his wife doing a great job in Lemoore, California, and bring you 3 really good deep pigs.
Outlaws groups in next, and I think a name that if you've been here in California or on the West Coast, or you've come to this elite sale, you know it's a name that you kind of got to perk up and pay attention, because they plug in as many as any, doing an awesome job. And when I walked in today and their pen was one of the closer ones, I immediately caught my eye, because I think all 3 of these have some features, stoutness, all those extras. They got some fuzz to them and hair, those extras that don't mean much in the real world but mean a lot to us in the show ring. And so all those little things like that. And yet they do so in a different kind of a package, whether you're talking about that bigger belted one that I think's the 252 on the far side there. He's probably the bigger, later maturing one of the trio there. Still square, coming and going. Maybe not as moderate and short-backed as the others, but man, I think you feed that one maybe a little harder and just take him to his endpoint. He's going to look like a big, stout, cool-looking dude with that kind of balance from the side, that kind of look. The other 2, I think, pick your poison on them. They're the more moderate, shorter-backed ones that are extra dense in their skull and the shape of their feature there. They're opened up. They're big in their rib cage. The cool thing, I think, all 3 of them, though, you watch them come, you watch them go. I think they scream some confidence in terms of where their hawk placement is. I think pick where your endpoint is. July, August, I think these 3, they should become your friend on your buyer short list there, because they're 3 really good ones from Outlaw.
Final pair we'll bring in here to you this evening for the preview is tags 207 from Hellberg Show Pigs, 48-9 crossbred barrow. That's the black-headed target hipped one. Heavy pour, drum roll, three-peat. And the other one's going to be tag 247, 49-8. That's a light crossbred barrow. Toe the line, drum roll, three-peat. Robbie sent me a book in regards to this one's pedigree. To keep it simple, their grandma, they're out of littermate sows. Their grandma is a littermate to Hoffman's Blue Barra that won at Great Western, won at Bonanza, did a really good job. And then not to mention, the Hagen family had another one as the similar lineage that got along at California State Fair and CYE. And then here most recently, that pedigree is very, very deep and goes back to the 4th overall market hog a couple weekends ago at Great Western for Cash Gamble. Robbie does a real good job, made a really long drive here this evening as well. Another one of these local producers that do a really good job. Really appreciate Robbie for bringing 2 high-quality animals.
Robbie and crew in, and anytime I see Robbie, I try to turn the other way because he tries to give me a lot of crap, and here's my opportunity to make fun of him on the mic, but I can't because they've done an awesome job the past couple years making really good hogs and beating us in the show ring, beating a lot of us, and they do bring 2 that fit the mold of those hogs that they've had success with, and that bottom side, when he posted them the other day, I texted a few people and said, hey, these things look pretty good. More importantly, I don't really care what the picture looks like. I love that bottom side because there's a lot of success built in there. We see them in the flesh, and I think the pair fits, and yet they do so a little different. The blue one, probably a little more height and elevation up at its shoulder, probably just a little tighter and flatter in its neck design and just a little more extension. Maybe not as bulky, boxy, stout in terms of skull as the black-headed one. Black-headed one, man, he's dense, he's stout, he's powerful. All those EST words you could talk about when it comes to feature. And the cool thing, I think the pair still good in terms of their running gear, their feet and legs, and their skeleton. And more importantly, like I said, that bottom side has found success. Lightning strikes quite a few times when the bottom side has already found success. So look in with confidence on Hellberg's set here.
Alrighty, guys, that concludes our preview time. Consigners will be at their pens, and for you guys ringside that want to go and dive in on maybe some particular animals, make sure you do so. Stop by, check in with these breeders, and see what they've got to say, and maybe study these a little bit deeper. I know we've only got 59 head, but I think there's a deep set of pigs here. Auction time will start at 6 p.m. That'll be available for online bidders on cci.live. It'll be streamed on Facebook as well as Kennedy Ventures. And also, as one more reminder for you guys that'll be bidding online, maybe from a little bit farther away, we do have nationwide delivery available. Make sure you make those plans accordingly with the breeder. We've got TJ Todd that's set up to be making a delivery route up through Idaho and Utah. But really good group of pigs. Please make sure you get back and set them up a little bit more.